people who read the fiction packet all remarked about how good his writing is and how clever his writing is, and I'm excited that someone so young is so talented, and we're certainly looking forward to more of his work in the future. So let's give it up for Trever Polk.
Okay, I've never done this before, so I'm a little nervous.
How do you feel?
It was 2003. Oh, do I have to say the title? It was her Swiss Army Republic. It was 2003, and the world hadn't heard American Idiot yet, although it might be Casey's favorite album on the 27th of September 2004. She was upset about what happened to Cigarettes and Valentines, but she was glad it didn't happen to Blink-182. Now she was laying on the floor, on her carpeted floor, listening to her music in Winamp. She thanked God for LimeWire every day, maybe even more often. This was unnecessary since Napster was still the real Napster, but nevertheless she did. A song she had only listened to maybe once came on, and she listened attentively. The chorus came through, and she heard a turn of phrase she loved. Oh, God. She kissed me, so kiss me hard, because it's the last time that I'll let you. She got up and picked up a Sharpie. She wrote it on her closet door, already marked in spots with lyrics such as, I know you well enough to know you never loved me. She went back to her laying position. Realizing she was still holding the Sharpie, she capped it and threw it lightly so as not to send it too far. The song played to the end. A few songs she might describe as, okay, I guess, played. One of them was a pop song she downloaded a long time ago, before she had found her favorite bands like Dashboard Confessional and Blink-182. She didn't hate the song, but it wasn't her favorite either. Outside, it was getting dark. Her parents were downstairs watching a rerun of 2020 or 48 Hours. She could never tell which. And her brother was out with his friends, probably at some party drinking vodka or getting into car accidents. She sometimes wondered if he was into car accidents, like into them. Another song came on. It was more on the punk side, but she liked punk. She thought of herself as open. She noticed the line, a scar that hasn't grazed my wrist, a mirror that hasn't met my fist. This one she wrote on the door too, but now she was sitting in the computer chair. The next song had another door-approved line. Tonight I will sleep with a gun in my mouth. Good night, my love. These are real things too. People often ask about the door. Why did she write on her door like that? She said it was an expression of who she was, of her identity. The next question was always the same. Are you okay? Do you need help? No, she told them, I'm fine. Casey said she wasn't suicidal, and she was right, she wasn't. Her messages helped her. Exaggerating, sometimes even manufacturing loneliness, helped her just as much, if not more. It let her know there was something else, someone else out there who feels how you do, even if how you feel is melodramatic, because they're melodramatic too. One day she won't need melodrama to cope with her life. When she's older, she knew that. But at that turbulent time between childhood and adulthood, she found it necessary to fabricate all of these feelings. It was now the real nighttime, and it was dark out. No longer did the setting sun linger. She paused her music for a moment to hear what was going on downstairs. Her mother was just using the bathroom, nothing important. She pressed play. She decided to lie down on the floor again. The song ended, and that was another Dashboard Confessional song. It was the Swiss Army romance, but what Casey wanted wasn't a romance. She wanted to be ruler of her own domain. The domain of herself. She wanted her Swiss Army Republic, her own territory, something independent. Some independence, not a romance. Right now, the government of Casey was in shambles, and she wanted to be the Lenin of her Soviet Union, the Mao of her People's Republic of China. She didn't want to end up like those, though. She wasn't capable of making this specific analogy, but she knew she couldn't handle herself, and if she had tried to run away, it would have jeopardized everything. As the song came to a close, she fell asleep right there, on her carpet. Her parents finished watching her TV show and came up to check on Casey. They did this periodically because they worried about her, all this talk of suicide and lost love. Her mother found her asleep and for a split second worried, but she knew that couldn't happen, not like this. So she shook Casey's arm and whispered, Casey, Casey. Casey opened her eyes. What? She got up quickly and went to turn off the music which she left playing. You fell asleep, honey. I guess. She paused. Why did you shake me? You need to sleep in your bed, not on the floor. Really? That's why? She hesitated, but then she spit it out. She told Casey that her tone was worry and the melodrama concerned her parents deeply, and for a second, her mother had believed she'd offed herself. Casey almost wanted to tell her mother why she acted the way she always did, about how she wanted to fool herself, how she exaggerated to relieve herself, but she didn't. She just said, "Don't worry, Mom," and got into bed.
Yeah. Yay.